Hello, welcome to this video on the Treaty Principles Bill. Today we're going to look at what is the bill, what does the bill actually say, and what are the pros and cons of actually enacting this bill. And of course pass its referendum. So the Act was introduced to Parliament by Act Leader David Seymour. It is supported by National and New Zealand First through its first reading, although likely not further due to the Act National Coalition Agreement. The bill is heavily opposed by Te Pāti Māori and the left-wing bloc. The bill establishes full legal equality for all Kiwis. The bill seeks to define treaty principles into law and changes the current definition of the principles established by the courts, and also encodes what the principles are in law. But one important key bit is that, surprisingly in this situation, all legal equality for all Kiwis, according to the bill's opponents, is not a good thing. But we'll get into the reasons for that later. So the bill is basically the treaty principles, which are trying to encode the treaty principles into law. Now, they have existed for decades at this point, however, what the principles actually are to do in encoded into law has been established by the courts to be a partnership between races. So what does the bill actually say? The bill establishes three treaty principles, which are the following. The executive government of New Zealand has the full power to govern, and the Parliament of New Zealand has the full power to make laws in the best interest of everyone and in accordance with the rule of law and the maintenance of a fair, free, and democratic society. Okay, so this is just saying that Parliament, the government, Cabinet, the Prime Minister, has the full power to govern and make laws in the best interest of everyone's and in accordance with law and democracy. 2. The Crown recognises and will respect and protect the rights that Hapu and iwi Māori had under the Treaty of Waitangi / Treaty of Waitangi at the time that they signed it. However, if those rights differ from the rights of everyone, applies only if those rights are agreed in the settlement of a historic treaty claim under the Treaty of Waitangi in 1875. So basically what this is saying is that under the bill, everyone is equal, except in the case of a historical treaty claim. So everyone has the same rights unless it's in treaty claim, which is, for the Waitangi Tribunal, it's a whole different. But and as well known in New Zealand. But 3, everyone is equal before the law. Everyone is entitled, without discrimination, to the equal protection and equal benefit of the law and the equal enjoyment of the same fundamental human rights. So this is just basically saying that everyone is equal, everyone has the same rights before the law, such as such. The bill changes the principles which are currently recognised in New Zealand law by the courts as a partnership between races, and it changes it to the principles above. The bill also only takes place following to a referendum, which the bill would have to pass. So a majority of people would have to vote in favour of this bill at an election. So what are some of the pros and cons of the bill? Supporters of the bill argue that it enshrines equality within New Zealand law, which would generally be considered a good thing. However, it does have some ramifications that opponents consider to be bad. The bill also allows for quicker consent and infrastructure projects, as it effectively, although it's not specifically stated in the bill, removes requirements to consult Māori, as currently for infrastructure projects, the government would have to consult Māori to ensure that they have to get basically their approval. And then obviously in that case, well, they have to consult them, but obviously in that case it takes time. So because the bill effectively removes that, because it's not equal rights for everyone, it could potentially quicken the consent for various infrastructure projects. Supporters also say that it changes the current principles decided by the courts, which is that the principles are a partnership between races, which we obviously touched on before. But yeah, basically changes to the principles in the bill, and what it currently says, which is partnership between races. They've got. But opponents of the bill argue all creates social division, which we've seen in the Hikoi, which based the protests that went down to Wellington. bill's opponents also argue that the bill potentially threatens co-governance and also is viewed by opponents as effectively removing Māori consent requirements, which it obviously effectively does. Opponents also argue that it breaches the partnership between the Crown and Māori. Which many believe is sort of what happened when they signed the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840. However, this is the problem that would occur with equality that would lead to legal challenges to pro-Māori policies, such as university positions. Now, the courts very well could rule in favour, given. I'm not going to speculate on that, but that would very possibly lead to legal challenges. So thank you for watching. This has been a very quick, very summarised coverage of the Treaty of the Waitangi Principle Bill. In this channel, I do hope to cover things like EMP, which I want to do very soon. I want to do things like Waitangi Tribunal, co-governance, and everything like that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.